look at that picturesque view over the city of Kingston in the morning. This morning, welcome back to Sunrise. If you're just joining us this morning, it's that time of the morning when we welcome our girl. We call her TK, but she's the headline queen. She's the headliner, and I always welcome her like this. Introducing TK!
I think an intro like that deserves the curl side.
Oh,
Good morning.
TK, listen.
Good morning.
That's a good one.
I just want to walk this. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you?
TK,
Monday,
I triple
Tuesday.
dog dare you to read the news like that.
I will.
Dare you.
No, no, don't do that.
TK,
I'm a girl who I take dares seriously. You know.
I said what I said.
Well, then let's go, shall we? Are you ready for the headlines?
I'm ready for, I want to tell you before you start reading the
let
headlines.
me see what's happening.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yes.
Every day you're at.
Hey!
With her curl.
All right, let's focus. Let's focus. Good morning, everyone, and good morning especially to our YouTubers. Because we know, say, you know, like family, y'all are up in the chat, and we love to see it. All right, so first up.
Yeah. You better do it. I'm watching.
Parish courts backlog-free. All right, so with a case backlog of less than 2%, Minister of Justice Honorable Delroy Chuck announced that Jamaica's parish courts are now officially backlog-free. He noted that based on international standards, if the case backlog is below 5%, then the court system is considered backlog-free. Speaking during the 2025-2026 sectoral debate, he highlighted this as a historic achievement, noting that over 70% of parish court cases are resolved within 12 months. He also outlined improvements in the justice system, including increased staffing as Court of Appeal judges rose from 6 to 13, Supreme Court judges from 32 to 42, parish court judges from 50 to 78, masters in chambers from 3 to, was that 8? And prosecutors at the office of the DPP from 58 to an expected 70. I love this news.
That is I mean, trust me, we've heard for some time, for a long time, about the distress that the delays cause in the justice and court system, and the fact that it's not functioning because of that. So to hear this is good news. Is this the Feel Good Friday news?
No, not yet, man. We don't reach there yet.
And here's the thing with it too. What we are seeing is, in terms of criminal activity, we're seeing declines. And a part of a functioning system is when people participate in criminal activities or illegal activities and the cases are brought before the courts, they need to be dealt with. So one hand can't clap in terms of justice being meted out, right? And so they have to support each other, and that in turn also boosts the confidence of citizens in a system that supports them, supports their peace of mind, supports all of us having a good quality of life, because it means then that if you do wrong, justice will be served and the right penalties are meted out. And so things like these are definitely indicative of things moving in a correct direction and make people feel like, okay, all things that are meters or markers of a functioning society that is moving toward being or aiming to be crime-free or significantly reduced crime, this is also a very critical part of that part of the puzzle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so next up, Jamaica was, I would say still good news.
Yes.
Jamaica welcomes inaugural flight from Portugal. The Ministry of Tourism celebrated a significant milestone on June 4 with the inaugural flight of the World to Fly flight from Lisbon, Portugal to the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James, marking a major step in expanding Jamaica's presence in the European market. The flight brought 360 passengers and represents growing ties between Jamaica and continental Europe. Speaking at the welcoming ceremony following the flight's arrival, Minister of State Delano Seavright noted the weekly non-stop flights running from June to October 2025 are expected to bring over 6,000 visitors, originally planned for 17 rotations. The schedule has been extended to 18 due to strong demand. Go Jamaica. And this achievement follows nearly a year of strategic planning and collaborative effort involving the Jamaica Tourist Board, World to Meet, and New Blue, aimed at promoting this new connection to European travelers.
We were talking about sometimes we observe these results and we don't know that what we heard, that you read, a year of planning to bring this result.
Overnight.
And my daughter, younger daughter, she's in Spain and she's saying, Daddy, there's no straight flight. Something might be coming pretty soon because the connections are now there.
Yeah.
Portugal, Europe, Jamaica, non-stop. Good news.
Very good news. I think the thing is this too. You have some people who would listen and be like, yeah, so much is happening for the tourists and tourism and so on. But a massive part of our GDP is tourism.
Absolutely.
A massive part of, I think, one of the largest, if not the largest employer, or what's the word I'm looking for, category of employment in Jamaica is in the tourism sector. And so all we can hope is that this just bodes well for a ballooning of that industry. And obviously, you know, we don't want things to trickle down. We want things to be perfectly distributed amongst all the parties involved. And so people will feel the benefits, they will reap the rewards. So down to the farmer who supplies the hotel, down to not just the people who work in the hotels. And it also bodes well just for the perception of what Jamaica is and what people can experience and feeling safe in Jamaica. So it's a good look.
You know what's also great is that when it is that we reach into new regions like this, so for example, Portugal, whereas we may be accustomed to the tourist who comes and stays at the all-inclusive and has a wonderful time and it does help that economy, you also have the people who come to countries to explore the country. So now they come off those properties and they want the local food and they want the jelly on the street and then, you know, there's a mass, you know, benefit to those people outside of the actual resort. And so that's also something that I'm looking forward to and hoping that, you know, come on, Portugal, come and explore all over, you know?
Sell a few extra Rasta statues.
Yeah, I mean,
Portugal.
Come on, man.
What they're speaking
Listen, those things are great to hang your coat on. You know?
That's true.
Said statues.
Thank you for that, Yendi.
Just saying, these persons live in European countries, they're cold. Coat hanger.
You know what? Let's go to the Feel Good Friday headline, shall we? This one is interesting. Shellfish scraps recycled and transformed into building materials. So while shells of clams, oysters, mussels, and is this abalone? Because I know that Yendi would know this, you know, as a foodie. They might be a common sight at the end of a seafood dinner. These leftovers are not necessarily destined for the trash can. Shelf Life, a sustainability startup founded by Felicia Newhoff, a Rhode Island School of Design alum, transforms shellfish waste from local restaurants into regenerative building materials that can be used for tiles, tableware, and even light shades. Before landing on shellfish waste, Newhoff and her peer, Julia Wozonicki, experimented with coffee grounds, eggshells, recycled artichoke fibers, mycelium, and hemp. But these materials would easily get moldy or degrade quickly, and soon the group landed on shellfish after creating a singular tile. Newhoff was absolutely enamored with it. After her first year at Rhode Island School of Design, she moved the project to her home studio to continue experimenting with how shellfish waste could be used. Shelf Life hopes to launch its first commercial line this year.
That is really cool.
That's great.
I actually love the plate set. I would love to have that for myself. That's a gorgeous
I was
collection.
smelling that headline. I was like, you know, what was the whole? I don't know. That's where I was saying.
It don't go through processing, you know. It clean off, it scrub off, it bleach down, it Ajax off.
Proper, man. It's proper.
The shellfish also.
It's giving under the sea. Under the sea. Darling, it's better. Down here is wetter. Take it from me.
I know some Jamaicans will be like, you know, I'm going to use the regular building material.
But I think this is very cool.
I think it's so.
Me not going to use that build my house. However, I think the idea of furniture and plates and decorative items. I think that's
Maybe,
very
Listen,
clever.
anything to get rid, to reuse. And
Yes.
Repurpose, yes.
reuse, repurpose. Listen, people
We're
are the
here
one
for
planet we have, we need it.
sustainability.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
If something can be used twice in a different way, I think it's. I think let's do it.
Otherwise, put the shells back in the ocean.
You mean like when people don't eat them lobster?
Straight back in the
put
ocean.
the
Clean it up and
lobster
put it back
shell
in the
back in
ocean.
the.
Because
I don't know
remember, it
about
breaks
that,
down and
Andy.
turns into sand. And supports the coral reef.
Okay.
I don't know, I just made that up. So,
Listen, students who are doing CSEC, do not make a note of that.
no.
Yendi just made it up.
Make a note of it and research it. Your hypothesis is,
Yes.
let me tell you your hypothesis is. Your hypothesis is shellfish waste can be reintroduced to the ocean to reduce sand reduction.
Reduce sand reduction, like that. Reduce sand
As a
reduction.
matter of fact, that's how we can build back Hellshire. Come on, man. Let's research it. No, TK.
Did you say let's? Did you say let's research it?
The CSEC students.
Okay.
You know?
You're up.
You
But
better
anyway,
stop
before-
looking at me like that over that curl.
That's, I was just about to say, and that's all the time that I have in the headlines. I'll see you at 7 a.m. for the news, but before I go, can we just have a moment? You see it, the bones, the color? All right, that's enough,
All right,
that's enough. That's enough. All right,
for
all right.
TK and her curl. T-curl is coming back at 7.
Well,
Please stay with us. But we are going to take a break and we are going to press play on some viral videos right after this break. Coming back, please, for React.
the R to the E to the A to the
Girl,
E to the.
C to the T.
I'm sorry. It's just the curl for me.